Soccer? What the fuck? Dude, I can't take this Lady Gaga thing. We can bet on that too. What's the odds? Welcome back. It's insane. Welcome back to What's the Odds? Welcome. I'm very smart. Welcome back to What's the Odds? The odds. Welcome back. Magnets. Welcome right to What's the Odds? Welcome back. It's insane.
Welcome back to What's the Odds with Steve Rannazzisi. It is me, Steve Rannazzisi, April 10th, 2019. Welcome. Thank you very much for joining me. That is our theme song, and we love it. And I spoke with Kyle. I don't know how to say his last name. Kyle Watsagashu or something. It's very difficult. It's got Kishido.
Can I see it?
Q-U-I-S-M-U-D-O-U-G-H. Kyle
Kuzumado.
Kuzumado. Kyle Kuzumado, who did our original theme song that you listen to every week and has told us he's going to send some new ones and then constantly sends new ones to Eric Griffin's podcast. And Eric plays them on his, and everybody loves them. And then I write him messages hoping that he'll write more for me. And he said he did. And then he wrote me back, Mr. Rannazzisi, I have some new ones for you.
Mr. Rannazzisi.
I haven't forgot you. Mr. Rannazzisi. And that's respect. That's a sign of respect. And I appreciate it. So, Kyle.
Maybe one day he'll call into the show.
Yeah. Maybe he will call into the show. That's what our show's known for now, guys. I don't know if you've heard. Since last week, 2 weeks in a row, we've gotten phone calls. So this is a big thing for us. We now take phone calls. We're live on the All Things Comedy Facebook page. This week I'm joined by our friend Eric Oligny, comedian, podcaster. I almost said podcaster at the same time as comedian. Comedian, podcaster, and as always, Brenton Biddlecombe joins us. Eric's going to help us out because I'm not smart as far as the computer.
We're getting a call already.
We're getting a call already. This could be Cort McCown or this could be a normal phone caller. Let's see who it is. Ladies and gentlemen, our first phone caller of the day. You're on What's the Odds with Steve Rannazzisi. Hi.
Hello, Steve. This is your first European caller.
No way, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. International European caller. We're hit. Yes.
From Denmark.
Denmark. I think I might know who this is.
Yes.
I think I might know.
This is Casper.
This is Casper. Casper follows us online. He follows me on Instagram, I know. I'm sure he follows all of you guys on Instagram as well. He's a tremendous All Things Comedy fan. Casper has now made this show officially international. And we made it. This is big news for us. It's like we're Vegas Dave of podcasts. We're huge. Casper, you're in Denmark, correct?
Yes.
And is that's
Denmark.
And what's the name of this? What's it called?
It's just tiny. It's a tiny country.
Oh,
Denmark.
Tiny Denmark. I thought it was the name of the city was Tiny Denmark. And I was like, man, Tiny Denmark.
Yeah.
What a lovely, quaint little town. Denmark, Copenhagen. Is that Denmark? Is that the only one?
Yeah, the capital is Copenhagen. But I used to live in Copenhagen, but I moved 2 years ago. So now I live in a little tiny shithole in kind of the middle of Denmark.
So you basically just threw your stuff out the window and then that's where you live now? And that's how small the place is? That's it?
Yeah, this is like fucking farm town. You know, we're like just around 2,000 people in my city. So it's tiny. Nothing to do. But
2,000 people?
A lot of nature and fucking... Yeah, a lot of nature and peace and quiet.
What do you do there in Denmark?
Well, we're kind of known for, I don't know, being smart, I guess, semi-smart.
Okay.
And our bacon and shit, you know.
Smart bacon?
I don't know.
Smart pigs?
We have like, our pork industry is humongous.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And our butter, Lurpacken. I don't know if you know.
Say that twice. Lurpacken. Is that a form of butter? Or that sounds like a heavy, dense butter.
That's like Bert Kreischer fucking butter, you know.
Oh, Lurpak. Look at this stuff. Lurpak spreadable, slightly salted. Yeah. Oh my God, it looks heavy, dude.
Never good when it comes in a white package.
The real deal.
And so you guys make that stuff?
But anyways, it's just fucking. It's late over here. I'm 7 hours in front of you, so I'm actually in bed, and I just saw you alive, so I thought, okay, I'm going to be the first fucking European caller. So.
Thank you, dude. I told you we were going to go international. I told everyone on this podcast. I said, what's the odds we're international by the end of this month? And boom, here we are. We're on the phone with Denmark right now. Are you?
Yeah.
I know you're. I know you're a big metal fan. I see you at shows when you're online. But are you a sports fan at all?
Yeah, I like the UFC a lot. I
Yep.
used to watch the NFL a lot, but since I had a job, because of the hours, the first game, the early game in Denmark is at 7 p.m.
7. Oh shit!
So
That's
it's
the early
tough.
game. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's-
so it's late. Yeah. So the late game is 2:30 a.m.
damn.
So it's just, yeah. If I have to watch all the games, I'm gonna be fucking dead at work the next day. So I kind of don't follow it as much anymore. But I'm actually a Giants fan, so.
Oh hell! Well,
There you go.
Yeah, well, you know what? I ran into a friend of mine today, comedian Paul Morrissey, who basically said, "Hey, man, the sun is going to come out. We're going to be a better team without Odell Beckham, and you'll see." And he's the first person that's kind of been like, "Okay, you know what? Maybe I'm not saying we're not making a gigantic mistake, and we probably are not going to regret doing, but." He's like, we didn't give up Saquon Barkley, and we didn't give up. We still have our draft picks, and let's see what happens with the quarterback situation. So, hey, dude, I thank you so much for calling, brother.
You're welcome. Thank you for an awesome podcast.
Hey, man, be well.
Okay, have a nice one.
You too, buddy. Hey, look at that, ladies
Bye.
and
Pretty
gentlemen.
cool.
Pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
Denmark.
We're going to celebrate with some bacon and butter.
Who knew?
Lord Packin.
Who knew Lorpak and bacon was the big? I mean, I asked him what he did, and then he just basically started telling us he was smart. I was like,
smart.
oh, it's very, we're very smart. I'm like, I get it. You guys are a tiny country that really no one knows about. You have to be smart to be that far off the grid. But, don't tell me you're just smart. Shut up! Okay. Anyway, I'm excited.
Isn't it literally in the theme song, you saying I'm very smart?
Well, I think because I'm
In the theme song that plays every week on this show.
I think
very
I was
smart.
specifically talking about a very specific subject that I knew a lot about, whether it be like American League East baseball.
Kyle, when you make the new theme song, if you could put that back to back with him saying,
I'm
"Don't
sure
say
there's
I'm
plenty
smart."
of stuff. I'm sure Kyle's got tracks loaded and ready to go of all the dumb things I've said over the course of the last 21 weeks or 22 weeks. But next week I'm going to be in an anteater costume, which, by the way, I will pay off this bet. I realize I did lose. Look at this, another caller, guys. Number 1 call-in show on the network. Yes, caller, you're on the air with Steve Rannazzisi. Who are you and where are you calling from? I bet it's somewhere fantastic.
What's up, Steve? This is G from Phoenix, Arizona.
Phoenix, Arizona.
You might remember me as Rodnick.
Oh, no, my man.
You might remember me as Rodnick. Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is not just any caller. This is a very, very special guest. Now, if you remember the genesis of this
Some would
podcast.
say I'm the...
Yeah, buddy. You can tell everyone who you are. Go ahead. Let them fill you in. Brenton's looking at me like he has no idea.
Some would
I need
say I'm
context.
the...
Oh, you, Brenton, you were
Some
there
would say
for
I'm
when
the
me and this
third
caller
lead
were there.
in, yeah, they would say I'm the third lead in a hit movie.
Yes, sir. The third lead in a hit movie that we were all there to witness. All of us. Everyone in this room. Oligny. You. Even poor Emma had to bear witness to what was quite possibly one of the best worst thing that's ever happened to me. And I'm referring to the All Things Comedy Festival last October in Phoenix, where I had to pay off a bet to Ari Shaffir and act in a 2 or what ended up being 4 or 5 page gay pornography scene. And I am now joined by one of my fellow actors, another thespian. And Roderick, what was your name? Roderick again in the thing? What was it called? Roderick?
Yes, Rodnick. I mean, how
Rodnick.
many people could say they 4-way kissed with Steve Rannazzisi from the league?
I mean,
lot.
only 7.
3 others.
One of them's dead,
Or
and
2
then the
others,
2
I
other,
should say.
yeah, and then that's it. Yeah, man, that's a pretty, yeah. There's less of you guys than there are presidents.
Can I just say I think you got
true.
snubbed at the AVN Awards this year?
You did get snubbed at the AVN. The best four-way kiss. I don't know. I don't remember who it went to, but we didn't even get nominated. How you been, man?
Not too bad. Yourself, brother?
I'm hanging in there, brother. I'm hanging in there. We're doing all right here in California. We're finally acting weather-wise like you guys down there. Are you guys dying with your number one draft pick and not knowing what's going to happen with your new coach?
I'm definitely not a Cardinals fan.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry.
Let's just. Yeah. No, the Cardinals suck. They'll probably draft Murray because they do stupid shit like that.
Yeah.
But I'm a Buccaneers fan.
Oh.
And I am feeling good this season.
Oligny's got his hand in the air because he's a Buccaneers fan as
Get
well.
a Bills
fan.
fan to call
Oh, what?
Yeah.
I didn't know those existed.
Yeah.
we do. Yeah, are you excited about
Yeah,
the new coach
yeah,
and the new 2 female coaches?
You guys got 2 female coaches?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm happy with anything that wasn't Dirk Cutter.
Yeah, I am too. Cutter was awful.
Bruce Arians he did great with a shitty team in Arizona. Now he has a quarterback, a great young receiving core.
Todd Bowles.
We do need a running back, but we're looking really good.
But you guys got rid of Deshaun Jackson.
Yeah.
What are you going to do now?
Hey.
Wow.
Who's your deep threat?
We got that
They
guy.
got Chris.
No, I'm kidding. I mean, look, I like
they
Deshaun
picked up
Jackson,
that guy.
but he's
Yeah,
not.
Jackson was great
Yeah.
like 7 years ago.
Yeah, he was when we had him on the show on the league. But yeah, I mean, it's you need to get younger. What about the quarterback situation? How's Mr. Winston?
Bro, I have fully faith in Jameis Winston.
You do, really? I mean, I
Yeah,
honestly, that's the question I pose to all Buccaneer fans. So you have full faith in Jameis Winston. What
be real.
over the course of the last, I don't know, 5 or 6 years has given you the ability to go, I have full faith in Jameis Winston?
Nothing.
His numbers are ridiculous. Yeah, he throws interceptions.
So was the
but
backups last year.
yards,
Yeah, it's all garbage
touchdowns,
time.
he's killing it.
The backup quarterback
Okay,
did
Steve,
pretty
be
well
honest
too.
with me. Would you have Jameis Winston over Eli Manning?
Yes,
Of course you would.
because he's younger, but not necessarily because just because he's younger. I mean, like prime to prime. Oh, absolutely,
No way.
Eli Manning. Absolutely, Eli Manning.
Well,
so,
we haven't seen Winston's prime yet. That's the thing. He's
well,
young.
I think we
waiting.
may
He's
have.
getting better every
Yeah,
season.
I think so too.
I think we may have, brother. I really do.
I think we should have got rid of him last year and picked up Josh Allen.
I think Cort. Hey, Em, I think Cort McCown's going to try to Skype in. He's calling right now. Hey, brother, I hate to cut you short, but Cort
All right.
McCown's calling in. We're going to talk to Masters now, all right? If you're a golf fan, listen.
Yeah, no problem.
And even if you're not, continue to listen. All right,
you-
thanks.
You guys have a good one.
You too, brother. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a very exciting week for me. This is the first of the 4 majors of the year in golf. The Masters, a tradition unlike any other, and my buddy Cort McCown, who's in Charlotte, I believe, was kind enough to call or Skype in. I think one of the two is going to happen in a minute. He should be calling in a second. And so, Cort, we've done this before. We did a Masters Companion a couple years ago, and
Is that
here
going
he
to happen
comes.
again?
Not this year because we're out of town. But I got him on the podcast this week to talk about who he thinks is going to win, who I think is going to win, what's going to happen. We like this tournament. This is one of the more fun tournaments. I feel like everyone understands what a green jacket means. Even my wife understands what a green jacket. I go, babe, it's Masters week. She goes, someone's going to get a green jacket. I'm like, yes, someone's going to get a green jacket. So my buddy Cort McCown, who used to be a caddy on the PGA Tour, still does caddying once in a while, actor, comedian, and there he is, all around handsome fella. What's up, buddy? How are you?
I'm good, brother. What's shaking?
Nothing. Charlotte, how's it treating you?
I love Charlotte.
Are you
man.
working
It's
or are you
great.
just hanging out?
Just hanging out?
Nice. I'm in studio with, I don't know if you can see us. Can you see us or I don't know.
I can't.
Okay, I'm with Eric Oligny, Brenton Biddlecombe, and Emma's on the board. And so I wanted to have you on again to talk. You know, we're not going to get to do our companion this year, but I wanted to talk about the Masters and get your opinion, and then maybe make some picks. I sent you a little thing, but I don't know if you got a chance to look at it.
You sent me a thing telling me that there's like how to pick, but you didn't give me the breakdown.
Oh, so basically, what I want to do is how I think we should kind of go about it, and this is what we do in our fantasy league: is that you pick up one player 1 through 10 world ranking,
Right.
one player 11 through 20, one player 21 through 30, one player 31 through
Yeah.
40, and then one 41 plus, one wild card, and then your lowest score gets dropped, and your wild card has to stay in.
Okay.
All 4 rounds, and if your player doesn't make the weekend, they get 80s for Saturday and Sunday.
Okay.
Does that make sense
Well,
to you?
Yeah, but like I said, I need to see a list.
Well,
of
but
who's-
yeah. So in the meantime, we'll pull up a list or we'll email you a list. But in the meantime, I wanted just to get your overall thoughts on the golf, where you think certain players are, because there are players that every year are perennial favorites at the Masters that aren't necessarily in the conversation at all this year. Like I'm referring to Jordan Spieth in particular.
Jordan Spieth won't do it. He might make the cut, but that's going to bit. There's only 87 players in the Masters.
Yeah.
So there's not. It's not a typical 150 person field. So
and it's also a weird rule. Correct me if I'm wrong. That if you're within 10 strokes of the lead, you make the cut. Whereas most tournaments they lop off half the field after Friday. So it's like if you're not within the top half of the field, you're gone. But at the Masters, if you're within 10 strokes of the lead, even if that happens to be last place and everyone's playing the same way, you are then qualified for the weekend play.
Absolutely. I mean, I just don't see Jordan Spieth doing anything. I mean, Augusta it's brutal, and and especially Spieth's biggest asset has always been his putter, and his putter's not good.
Yeah.
And I just watched the par 3, and
I taped it. How'd it go?
Yeah, I mean, I think Sandy Lyle was in the lead at 5 under. I just don't see Spieth doing it. I think it's DJ's year.
Yeah, I still have not made my picks, and I'm looking at certain names, and I look at them and I say to myself, there are guys like Dustin Johnson last year going into it. Do you remember the year he was having? Was it last year or the year before? It was like the year he was having was pretty remarkable. I think he had 3 wins already to this point, and he slipped on the stairs the night before.
Right.
And everyone at that point was like, he is the odds-on favorite beyond anything else to win. And I don't feel like he is necessarily like that at all this year. I don't think anyone is necessarily that way at all this year. But I look at a guy like, in my mind, if I have to pick a wild card, because that's in my position when I look at my fantasy thing, I go, my wild card is the person I expect to win, because that's the person that's got to stay in all weekend long. Can't drop them. Can't drop their score. So that's the position I look at to win. And I have a tough time looking this week when I look at Rory McIlroy and Dustin Johnson going against Rory McIlroy. For some reason, I say to myself, Rory McIlroy, just the way he's been playing and the way he can putt and has putted before, and hasn't necessarily putted there at the Masters that well, but can putt and kind of showed glimpses of that the last couple weeks. And the way he drives the ball, I don't know, man. I think he's pretty.
Well, I mean, it's like if you can pick. So if I could pick 1 through 10, and I would say I would take DJ as my 1 through 10. My wild card would be Rory McIlroy.
So you would take DJ or Rory. See, the way I was going to go, and I'm going to do it right now for the podcast. I'm going to go Rory, and I'm going to go Ricky Fowler. And I have a feeling that just another gut feeling I have, and we've talked about this before. I think that this is the year, and this is the major that he has his breakthrough.
CBS has Rory
I
ranked
would
at
give
1.
anything if Ricky were the breakthrough, was his breakthrough year. You got to go back to, Valero Texas Open. I mean, the Masters, the reality of it is you don't have to go super low to win the Masters.
No.
I mean, if you can shoot 4 under every day, you're going to win the Masters.
If you're at -7 on Sunday, at any point you're in that tournament. Even if you're coming down the back 9 at -7, you are in that tournament.
Yeah. So my heart's favorite is always Ricky Fowler. I mean, I would always like to see him. Now, isn't he outside of the top 10 though?
Well, he's number. I got him over here. Hold on. He's number. I got the ranking sent to me. I think he's like number 9. Because you would have to, he would be the guy that you would have to then like. That's why I don't want to make him my wild card because I have to keep him in. Do you have
CBS rankings the one you want?
No, I got
okay. It has Brooks Koepka number 9.
Here we go. Player rankings. They official golf world rankings. Bingo. Ricky's number 9, and so yeah. So
who's number 11?
Number 11. Okay, so here we go. Hold on.
And does this go by world golf rankings?
Yeah, the world golf rankings. So number 11 is Paul Casey, then Tiger Woods, then Tommy Fleetwood, then Jason Day.
I'll take Tiger Woods.
You know what, dude? Look, and now you break down. So all right, so you took your top 2 for you for your 1 through 10. You took Dustin Johnson and Rory McIlroy, correct?
Say that again.
You took Dustin Johnson DJ. And Rory McIlroy is your wild card, or flip that. You want Rory McIlroy to be your guy, your top 1 through 10, and Dustin Johnson's your wild card. I don't know which way you had it.
Let's go DJ, and then I'll take Fowler.
Okay, you're going with me. Yeah. So you're going DJ Fowler. I'm going Rory.
Yeah, fuck McIlroy.
Yeah, but
Irish prick.
So you want? But just to make sure, do you want DJ to be your wild card? That's the guy who's like you can't drop him, even if he just craps out, doesn't make the weekend. You can't drop him. Or do you want Ricky? So you want Ricky to be your wild card?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's not going. He's gonna be in it somewhere.
Rory's my wild card, and Ricky Fowler is my top 10. Now, top 11 through 12, 11 through 20, you got Paul Casey, Tiger Woods, Tommy Fleetwood, Jason Day, Tony Finau, Matt Kuchar, Bubba Watson, 2-time champion, Patrick Reed, defending champion, Louis Oosthuizen, and Mark Leishman comes in at 20.
Yeah, I'll take Tiger Woods.
Oh, God, I wish I got to go first because I wanted you to pick the conventional pick, and I wanted to go with the gut pick. This is weird because usually –
I think Tiger – look – right there, your 11 through 20 are going to be your guys that are going to be your workhorses. Mark Leishman
always makes a cut.
Always is solid. Tony Finau, healthy this year.
Yep.
Played amazing last year with a dislocated ankle.
Yep.
Tommy Fleetwood, another one, but just not really quite.
But then you also have the defending champion Patrick Reed. You also have 2-time champion Bubba Watson in that group. So it's,
I despise both of those guys. I would never pick them even if they were.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. It seems like you have other reasons beyond golf.
I mean, Jesus loves Bubba, but I don't.
Jesus loves Bubba, but Cort says, nah, I'm good.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Matt Kuchar's always solid, but again,
just finished second in the world golf.
Yeah, and fucks over Mexican caddies. So that's
settled now.
Cool.
Settled. Amigos, mi amigos. My pick in that group is Tommy Fleetwood.
That's a good pick. I mean, Fleetwood's a good pick. Listen, don't be surprised if this is the year Tiger Woods pulls off the 86 Masters.
I saw a number yesterday, dude. I saw a number yesterday. The last couple guys that have won the Masters have been the 11th. Their 11th ranked player in the world has won the Masters 4 or something in the last couple years. Patrick Reed was ranked 11th last year. A couple other people have won, and he is ranked 11th or 12th this year.
Yeah, Paul Casey's at 11.
Yeah, Paul Casey. So in that world, you never know. That 11-12 world, the winner comes out of that area. And I think that's why people are very primed on Tiger Woods. It is. I mean, look, if we can make a futures bet and we can add this thing up right now and then go Sunday, if he's in it on Sunday, oh, forget it. I love that pick, but I just hope he doesn't fall apart or have a big number or post something that he can't get that Sunday charge and get back in it. But if he's in it on Sunday, forget it, man. Forget it. You think he was bad during the Players' Championship, the roars and the excitement, or even during the one he almost won, the major or the British last year. I think he was close, or with the PGA, one of them. I mean, he was in the final round. It came down to it. So that would pale in comparison. into what Sunday would be like if Tiger Woods was legitimately in it with the last 6 holes on the line.
So now where do we go after that? Because I think my next pick is going to be, no matter who's in it, it's going to be Kevin Kisner.
So Kisner's ranked 25, so that would be your 21 through 30. That would be
let's hear 21 through 30 because Justin Thomas got to be in that.
Well, no, Justin Thomas is ranked number 5, so he's 5th ranked. You already
all right. Who do we got?
So you got
21.
So you got Patrick Cantley comes in at 21, Phil Mickelson, Webb Simpson, Gary Woodland, then your boy Kevin Kisner, Hideki Matsuyama, Sergio Garcia, 2-year ago winner, Cameron Smith at 28, Adam Scott, Alex Norman at 30.
All right, so definitely taking Kisner out of that group. Definitely taking Kisner.
I know.
Cameron Smith, love the guy, great kid. Plays partners with my buddy Blixt in Louisiana, the New Orleans tournament. Cameron's a great dude, but
that's the guy I'm taking.
Not hitting it is good. He's just not having the year he's had the last couple years.
He played well last year there. I'm hoping he gets his mojo back. Kevin Kisner is a great pick coming off of the win in the Dell match.
He's just dialed in right now. He's just dialed in, and he hits the ball a long way.
And he putts when he putts well, he can really roll them in 28-footers, 30-footers, and I think that's what the key that really what it comes down to is the short game and the chipping and the putting on Sunday. Then we got so you got that guy, you got those guys. All right, so then we got 31, Rafael Cabrera Bello, Ian Poulter at 32, Jordan Spieth at 33, Keegan Bradley, Matthew Fitzpatrick, Matt Wallace, Tyrell Hatton, Henrik Stenson, Hattong Lee, Eddie Pepperell, Billy Horschel. Oh, I'm sorry. Eddie Pepperell's number 40, so that's it.
Out of that, Eddie Pepperell is quite a player. He's a good player. English guy, is really showing some strength out there. It's tough to not take Henrik Stenson though. It just depends on. I haven't really seen a lot from him this year, but and then the other one, I'm going to go with Poulter.
Yeah, Ian Poulter's a good pick. I'm
going to go Ian Poulter. Ian Poulter, he's another one that you never know what's gonna happen with him. If he has a good, he can light it up, especially if he starts putting good.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Jordan Spieth. I'm going to hope that he can grab some magic back.
Well, there's how you lose right there.
Well, I don't think necessarily that's not how you lose. That's how I could win. And remember, your lowest score gets dropped. So if he just shits the bed, that's my guy. But I think it's a value pick, a 2-time Masters champion.
Wait a second. The lowest score gets, you mean the highest score gets dropped?
Well, yeah, what would be your worst score? Let's put it that way. Your worst score.
Well, yeah,
yes.
We're talking golf, so anytime lowest score.
Your worst score gets dropped. So,
okay.
Yes.
All right.
I'm going to take Jordan Spieth, and you're going to take, who'd you say you're going with?
Ian Poulter.
I'm going to go with Poulter.
Got it. All right. Now let's break down 40 through.
Yeah, who's left?
Well, now you get to pick anyone. 41 plus. Billy Horschel.
So who do you got?
So I know who my 41 plus pick is.
All right, so start
Charlie Hoffman is ranked number 66 in the world. The guy plays great at the Masters. At the Masters. I'm going with Charlie Hoffman. He played well at the Dell match play. Last week he finished second. Sorry, he finished second last week. And at the Valero. So that's my 66 plus. My 41 plus. But I'll read off some other names for you. Kevin Na, Jim Furyk. Every other golfer left. Shane Lowry, Kyle Stanley. Charles Howell III is ranked 46. I'll read 41. Billy Horschel's 41. Kiradek Aribot, you know that guy.
Yeah.
That fucking fat.
Second.
Look at that big fat. Pull up a picture of that big fat fuck. Dude,
that's so racist.
It's got nothing to do with race. His big fat body, dude. He looks like just a tube of toothpaste that just busted out. You left it in the car.
Is he Asian?
I think what's the flag here? Let me see. It's I don't know what the fuck that thing is. It's 5 stripes. It looks like France, but it's not. Red, white, blue in the middle, white.
Oh, that sounds Asian.
What is
Don't
that?
like 'em.
What flag is that? Look at that lumpy fat fuck.
He is from.
What country is that? It's probably
All
something
right.
like
Well, who
India.
gives a shit? All right. So nobody likes that fat bastard anyway.
I like him. I like him in certain tournaments.
I don't. He
Lucas.
doesn't- no.
Yeah, JB Holmes. It's 45th.
Oh, I'll take JB Holmes.
Great.
I'll take JB Holmes. He's a sleeper pick, dude.
JB
That
Holmes
guy could do something.
bombs it out there. Bombs it out there.
I mean, it's a toss-up between Holmes and my heart wants to go for Charlie Howell, who's a longtime resident of Augusta, Georgia.
Really?
And an Oklahoma State player. You know what? Scratch that. I'll take Charlie Howell.
Charlie Howe. Look at you, the cash machine, Charlie Howe. And then,
That's it.
do you think? Well, it's hard. I was going to say a side bet that Tiger Woods finishes in the top 20.
Oh yeah, he'll finish top 20.
Yeah, well, I assume so. You picked him, so. I think he has a top 20 week for sure. I was going to say. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it was top 10 as well. I hope it is. I really do. I love it.
Listen, I think you're going to see this guy come out and contend.
Yeah.
He is. He did not play last week, which means he took the week off to prep for the Masters, which is the old school Tiger that, is getting ready to come out and kick some ass on a major. The guy's game is tight, man. He's tight. He ran it to the semis in match play, and he plays better in tournaments that aren't full fields. When there's not a guy that just comes out of nowhere and shoots.
Yeah, regardless of the talent. Even though it is like the top, 15, 30, 50 players in the world, he just likes a smaller field where it's not as congested or it's a little more controlled maybe.
Well, the weird thing is any given tournament on the PGA Tour, notwithstanding the U.S. Open, they're not full fields. They're smaller. Like he won the Tour Championship last year. That was only 30 players. You look at last week's. You had Connors who came out, who was a Monday qualifier.
Oh my God!
And this guy shoots lights out and wins the tournament. That's what I'm talking about. Is in most PGA Tour events, there's 150 players. So there's always a few guys that come out of nowhere and just shoot lights out. And that's what changes things.
Where do you think well, I'll ask you 2 questions. Where do you think the highest amateur will end up in the top 20, top 30?
I think you'll see him probably 30 or below.
30 or below.
It's really rare that, especially. And the reason being is the inexperience of the course.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily the talent of the player. It's the inexperience at the course, knowing where you've got to hit the ball, knowing where you've got to.
Dude, you good, bro? You good? You want us to give you a sack there? I thought. You good? I thought there was a little indigestion coming out. I didn't want you to vomit.
Well, I had a twice baked croissant, man. Have you
Okay.
ever had one of those?
Well, it's twice repeating on you, so it sounds like it's coming back up.
Well, I was working hard, still trying to get those Air Jordans for us.
Yeah, shout out to Mike at the Comedy Zone in fucking Charlotte, bro. And hey, by the way, Davis got traded to the Chargers.
That's what he told me. That's why we didn't get the shoes.
Well, now you can deliver them to our house. We live out here.
Yeah. Well, we're never going to see him.
We're supposed to get these pair of Jordans from Thomas Davis.
Never going to happen. We should have taken the money, man.
Cort and I. Look, I'm not, and I don't mind telling the story because it's not. We did a charity gig last year for the Thomas Davis Foundation. Lovely man, lovely, greatest guy ever. I mean, really nice. His wife, everyone. And so at the end of the gig, we were doing the weekend anyway, so we came in a day early. And I had canceled on them the year before because I had gotten something last minute that I had it. So I felt like I was making up a makeup call, right? At the end of our show, it was really nice. Cam Newton's there. His wife comes over and goes, "They'd love to pay you." And I said, no. I said, no, thank you. This was on me. And Cort's like, well, what are they paying? He's like, they want to give you like $800 a piece. And I was like, no, I'm good. We're good.
Charity
I'm
show,
good.
right?
Yeah, I'm doing a charity
Yeah.
show, right? Court's like,
Thanks, Steve. Thanks, Steve.
So Court's like, okay, fine. Like that kind of way of like, not that I'm like, hey, you can do whatever you want. But I'm just not, I feel like this is a makeup call for me. So then they go, well, we're going to catch you. Thomas is great. He's one of the only Jordan branded NFL players. We get you these Jordans. What size are you? What colors do you like? Blah, blah, blah. This has now been 18 months. And we've gone back and like we've told, and no Jordans to her. Like never. Nothing. Addresses have been like, hey, is this still your address? Yep. And then nothing ever comes. Mm-hmm. So now I'm hoping that because now maybe he got traded to the Chargers, that now maybe it'll be closer.
You got
for
one
us.
more year in a tiny stadium. Just get yourself second row seats. Make a big sign. Where are my fucking shoes?
Yeah, that would work. Actually.
I mean,
You got a better shot at getting tickets to the Nipsey Hussle Memorial.
By the way,
those Air Jordans.
Shout out to the Staples Center tomorrow. Nipsey Hussle, R.I.P. I got front row seats. I'm going.
Are you gonna go?
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Yeah. I was invited to speak. I'm hosting it.
Is that just your gig now?
That's what I do now. Yeah, I host Memorial.
I've seen you drink and play beer pong. This would not be a good
this
place.
This is not going to be good, guys. We're not going to. This is not our element. Here we go. What was I saying before that? Nipsey Hussle before that. Beer pong. What? Damn it. Golf.
Racist. What?
No. Fuck. Whatever. Thomas Davis. So yeah, I no problem at all, but I'm like, we were supposed to get a pair of sneakers, and I guess we did a good deed, and it did get unwarranted. Yeah. I guess. I mean, people.
And I lost $800, and I got nothing. Nothing.
Well, go knock on his door now and ask him. You're there.
Yeah.
Say what's up. What do you think the winning score is going to be on Sunday? By the way.
Ooh.
That's the
I
tiebreak.
haven't checked the weather. Have you seen the weather?
Let's
take a look at the weather, because the weather will determine.
Oh, the weather outside is frightful. Augusta, Georgia.
Let me see what it says for Augusta, and because the weather's going to have a big effect. Because you remember a couple years ago? I think that when the temperatures get really low, it can change everything.
All right, here they are.
It's warm.
Yeah, sunny with a high of near 82 on the round one.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. Whoa, there's rain on Sunday.
Rain on Friday.
Sunday. There's
Friday,
rain.
Saturday.
Yeah.
And
So
Sunday.
I mean, it's thunderstorms, so you don't know. I don't know what that.
60%, 80%, 90%.
17 under.
17 under. Why? Because you think of lift clean in place or something, or no?
Well, what it'll do is it will
soften the course up.
It'll soften the greens.
Yeah, but what about? Won't you lose length off the tee then?
It's not that long. It's not that long of a course.
Hasn't it gotten sneaky long over the last couple of years where you got to really bomb it out there?
But it's longer. But they, years ago they did what's called tiger proofing it, and they
what
just
does that mean?
linked some of the holes. But these guys hit it so far that there's just nothing. I mean, they all carry it. Most of the guys carry it 300. So they just and then they hit a 7-iron 190.
So you think they would give up a club length in the fairway to softer greens?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So you'd rather hit a 7-iron than an 8-iron, but into a softer green, a more receptive green because of the water.
Because if the greens get moist, especially as they get dialed into the course, then you're going to see guys really going at flags. And some of those pins on Sunday are impossible to go at unless it's moist. So, moist. unless
she's damp.
I mean, you really want to stick it in the hole when it's moist.
God, what a great sport this is, buddy. I appreciate you coming on.
Yeah.
Do you have anything that out of the ordinary you think is going to happen? Anyone you're like, got to look for so and so, or this player I think will have a great weekend, or anyone on your radar you're like, so and so's been having a good run up to this point. Anyone like that?
I think someone that nobody's talked about that might really do something is Cabrera Bello. I just think these guys, he's got such a good swing, he's such a good player. I think he might be, he might sneak in there. I'm really hoping that this is Ricky Fowler's year.
I hope so too.
This is the year.
I think he's the best putter out there. I think so I think that will hopefully, have him be in a situation where he can put himself in contention on Sunday. And I think when pressure gets on Sunday, it's going to come down to who's just got the best putting stroke going right now. And I think he does. So I hope it factors into a win. I think for sure we'll have someone in the top 10 whose name you can't pronounce, like a Swede or like a Oligny or something like that, for sure.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
Where are you going to be? You going to be watching it here? Or are you going to be somewhere else?
I'm going to be here in Charlotte, so I'll be here. I'm actually going to go down and see our friend Caparulo this weekend.
Oh, nice. Well, do you have any gigs you want to plug? Anything coming up?
No.
All right.
Nothing.
Fuck yeah, buddy. I love you, man. Be well.
Love you guys. Have a good one.
All right, later.
See you, Cort.
Bye-bye.
What a piece of shit. What a real piece of shit. Oh, he's still there? Oh, anyway,
Emma, do you want me to do it from here?
I am making picks right now. I have not watched golf in years.
Oh, really?
And I'm going to have a better scorecard than you are.
There's
I don't even understand how we're going to score this.
I'll tell you what. If
I'm gonna have a
you
better
beat
score
me,
than you.
I'll give
I
you
will beat
any.
you.
So you have all the information.
Yeah, I've got
and I'm not even
going to
ask you for your picks right now. I'll let you pick tomorrow.
No, I'm picking right now.
After day one.
It's not going to make a difference. I'm not going to watch.
If you beat me, I'm never going to do this podcast again, and that's for sure.
I'm going to beat you.
Because I watch this shit like a religion.
You think I watched a single college basketball game up until a week ago?
That's different.
No.
That's different, dude. Very different. You're
I
talking
just
about
look at the rankings and I go, who has a fun name, and I put the name down.
who's got a fun name.
There's a lot of fun names.
I feel like that's going to
This is a
win.
sport of fun names.
I feel like that's going to win. Speaking of fun names, I was trying to come up with a new game for the podcast where it's a baseball-oriented game. A friend of ours, Brody Stevens, used to do a great game on his podcast that Eric used to play, where he would have a baseball card. I'd be like, what do you get, that whole big vat of baseball cards? And he'd give you clues, and you'd have to try to guess who the baseball player was. But this is where you would get baseball card packs. Everyone just gets a couple packs, 3-4 packs. Open them up, and then you have to make your best baseball team out of that pack of cards or those packs of cards and try to come up with
great idea.
An all-star game. And then so you do that, but do you know how hard it is to find baseball cards? I went to 3 7-Elevens around here, and you can't just walk. First of all, they
don't sell baseball cards at 7-Eleven.
They used to, though.
They did all the time.
No,
what?
They haven't in years.
Well,
you guys must not go to 7-Eleven.
I go
to Target. Go to grocery stores. We'll have an aisle with the toys. They'll have
really
cards there. Yeah.
Walmart maybe.
Yeah, but I mean, any Targets are all over the place. Go into a Ralph's, go to the toy
section.
section.
You used to be able to go to 7-Eleven and get a Slurpee and a pack of baseball cards.
Not in a long time.
They have Yu-Gi-Oh cards right there right now. I mean, or Pokemon. They have those cards.
Yeah, but they don't have baseball.
Do you know what they send you to right away? I go, do you guys have baseball cards? And they always point. I'm like, oh, I get excited. I go, it's always like the gift cards. Like,
yeah.
I go, no, not gift cards.
Yeah,
baseball
7-Eleven
cards. What?
Does not have
cards
what they
with
used
baseball players on it.
You know, they added monitored surveillance in the 7-Elevens this week in Los Angeles, to where now
how were they not before?
Where somebody's on a speaker, it's actually police officers on a speaker.
Wait. 7-Elevens are being monitored by the police stations?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Why 7-Elevens and why not like other bodegas? If I were
7-Elevens are 24/7, and they have a lot of a
lot of shit bodegas. Holy shit!
I was in there and they were testing out their systems.
How did 7-Eleven get get in with the police? Is it just that's amazing?
Because every night I go there. There's a homeless
you guys
person
get rid of the baseball
them.
cards. We've got your back.
It's got to be something. I mean, it's got to be conspiracy. I don't know why, for a safety issue, that you would just only cover the 7-Elevens.
They might be doing it for a lot of other stores, and I just saw it for that 7-Eleven.
So you're saying if you acting up at 7-Eleven, there's going to be almost like a ring.com.
7-Elevens are sketchy places.
They really are.
That's like at night the light illuminated. That's like a junky, fly trap.
I
those
feel
buzzers.
fine at 7-Elevens.
No.
You will live in a nice
there's
neighborhood.
There's one at the end of my street. It's all homeless people.
I live in the
all
one near
junkies.
USC.
The guy got stabbed there on Sunset.
Yeah,
not too long ago.
Yeah, but you walk past that. You're not involved with
You
that.
just step over the guy bleeding out. What are you talking about?
You just walk around
places. 7-Elevens are sketchy places.
Yeah, but
gotta
I'm
get
not
your big
involved
gulp.
in sketch. I'm there for some fucking, Mentos and a hot dog.
I'm with Brenton. I never feel safe at a 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
sketchy.
Ronald Reagan got.
I'm
rid
not
of
saying
the,
I'm going there to make friends or like it's the but okay, if
You go to a
7-Eleven
very different 7-Eleven than the rest of us.
Okay,
go to.
fine.
I walk through 7-Elevens with my keys between my knuckles.
Fine, can I ask you a question then?
Yeah.
So it's now 1:30 in the morning. Your options are a 7-Eleven or some like a 24-hour bodega that you've never heard of before.
Now here's how I do it as a millennial.
I'm a brand man.
I go Postmates.
Postmates.
Bring me stuff. It's 1:30 in the morning. I'm not going.
So
out.
have
No,
them
you're
get
out
stabbed
already, dude.
for
You're
you.
out
No.
and you're out.
Okay, I'm out now. I'm
You need
ordering it,
condoms.
and by the time I get home, they're at my place.
I'll go to a
What?
7-Eleven
You're-
at 1:30 in the morning, but I usually call someone so that I'm on the phone while I'm in there so nobody bothers me.
That was our move when my wife used to leave the subway in New York City. She
Yeah,
used to
so that like if something happens, you're like on the phone.
I am. Is it? I feel like is it just 7-Elevens or is it just late night places that you're afraid of?
There's 7-Elevens that during the day. they're bad.
7-Elevens are pretty
Like,
bad.
The one by me, I live near USC, and it's Washington and Western. It is one of the worst 7-Elevens I've ever been.
I just stopped at 5 7-Elevens, all within like a 10-mile radius of here.
Yeah, Burbank.
Lovely time, lovely experience in every single one of
Well,
them.
no, because you didn't.
I
get
now
what
I
you
spent
wanted.
$45 in giving out money to homeless people,
So you're paying for your safety.
but the people inside were very lovely. I just didn't understand why they don't have baseball cards.
The last time I was at a 7-Eleven by myself, a guy came up to me and asked me, "Can I have money?" And I go, "I don't have any." And he said, "I don't think you heard me."
What?
And then followed me through the store till I left.
What?
Yeah.
I had a guy sit on the hood of my car when I left 7-Eleven on Normandy and Sunset once because I wouldn't give him money. I said no, and he looked at my car and he said, "That's a nice car. I bet you can give me money." And then he climbed onto the hood of my car.
Oh my God.
They're aggressive.
Oh, yeah.
So now, in lieu of, there's going to be like someone go, "Excuse me, LAPD, we see you on the roof of the car. Get off the roof of the car, sir. Sir, get off the roof of the car." That's the difference now. It's
The intercom came over and they were like testing the new safety systems for the 7-Elevens, and the police officers were all outside, and it was just really weird.
it
was very like
look,
Total
anything to make
Recall.
things safer. I just feel like it's brand favoritism. If I'm if I'm busting my ass to try to keep my 24-hour bodega that I don't want to pay a franchise fee to fucking 7-Eleven for, why should I not have the same protection, this 24-hour surveillance?
Yeah, but I think what they're doing is
I got
saving,
fucking crazy, shifty characters outside my
they're
place.
saving their time because they keep constantly having to go back to the 7-Eleven, the cops do. And so they're saving their time of having the cops go there, and they're having them on an intercom and saying, "Hey, you have this amount of time before we send a police officer." Because all the cops do, I saw a homeless guy attack a cop the other night, and like he was like verbally just beating this cop to death. And the cop was like, "You just need to leave. You just need to leave." And he kept getting closer, and the cop was like, "You do not want to get any closer. I will take you down." And the guy's just flipping out, and that's what they go to take care of.
Yeah, I mean, you feel terrible, but it's like, God damn, dude. What I guess where are they supposed to go? Last night I felt horrible because the wind. I mean, the wind
it was
last night.
awful.
I'm driving home from the store on Sunset, and scaffolding fell over, and it was right next to like where all these like little tents, pop-up tents were. So you're like, oh Jesus Christ, all these homeless people in there. I mean, I don't think anyone was underneath the scaffolding, but you're like, fuck, dude. The wind last night was nuts.
They gave him more of a solid roof.
That's it now. Built a better structure.
Yeah.
I had no idea the 7-Eleven. I mean, look, I knew it wasn't like,
Well, yeah, you're a full grown.
But I thought the
adult.
public library was
You
worse.
have your privilege.
Look, I
of
look
looking
7
like a grown man.
I go to 7-Elevens. I just don't have.
I look like a little
yeah, you
boy.
do
so
look
I'm gonna
young,
get targeted.
Like, hey, little boy.
Emma's a woman. She's gonna get targeted.
Someone's gonna sit on Emma's car.
I look up 7-Eleven Los Angeles, and look, that's one of the photos that pops up.
Exactly.
It's crime scene.
Oh my God.
Literally, it was within 16 photos.
Yeah. Well, look. Again, I'm not saying it should be City Hall.
Oh, believe it or not, that's the 7-Eleven near my house. That's the Western and Washington 7-Eleven, actually.
Oh,
So,
really? Oh, yeah, the one on Washington and Western down there.
Oh,
Damn.
it is so bad.
Steve, I want to get my picks on the mic so everyone
Go
knows
ahead.
who I'm taking.
This is Brenton's
When
golf
I
picks.
beat you,
Okay.
Rory McIlroy is going to be my wild card.
Okay.
Top 10 is John Ram.
Yeah. Rom, but I
Rom.
love it. John Ram.
John Ram.
John Ram. Where's he from? Do you know where he's from? I'll give you one
He
guess.
is- well,
Don't
there's-
look.
How am I gonna? He's not from the United States.
Okay, where do you think he's from?
He is from Spain, maybe.
You knew that. Good
Well, I'm
job.
just trying to remember the flag that
flag
I
is
saw. And I
Spain. Yep,
remember
Spain.
seeing it was yellow.
Yep.
Let's see. Paul Casey is going to be 11 through 20.
Where is he from?
He's probably from the States.
England.
England?
Yep.
It's a white name. It could go
Okay.
either way. Adam Scott from Australia.
Very good. Hey,
Hen-
by the way, he's a former. He's won one of these before. Maybe even 2. I think he won.
Yeah, fun name.
Adam Scott.
great
And you know
actor.
what? Another fun.
Very
He
great
used to date. For real. He's super good looking. He used to date. She's super hot. Kate Hudson.
There you go.
Yep,
That's why
sorry.
he's going to win. He's going to win her heart back. And then you got Henrik Stenson. Everyone knows from Sweden.
Sweden. Yep.
Yep.
That's another one of Cort's favorite
and,
people.
And then my 41 plus, America's sweetheart, Jim Furyk.
Brenton, a fucking A, dude. Oh, I
I'm
like
sorry.
your
Did
picks.
I just make great picks?
I think you just walked in.
Did I just make great picks?
to like sentimentally favorite, but also slightly
Vegas Dave who?
educationally.
I worked at a putt-putt. That was 10 years ago.
By
I
the
don't
way.
watch golf.
Oh,
I don't know anything about golf.
By the way, John Ram, Arizona State
John Ram,
University.
dude.
Arizona State.
ASU.
ASU. Brody Stevens.
Connections.
Connections.
He gave me that pick.
Did you watch action this week?
No.
Oh,
You're too into
I'm
it,
into
man.
it, bro.
I'm,
Oligny, you got to check out this
like
show.
a month
Action.
from now, you're going to come in here crying. You're like, I just lost my
It
house, man.
is out of.
I've been doing everything Vegas Dave has been saying, and I lost my house.
Dude,
I need
watching
help, man.
Vegas Dave watch the divisional round playoffs between the Chargers and the Patriots was my favorite moment of the week. He's just up there. Whale pick of the week. He's in Cabo.
Did he
all
take the
week.
Chargers?
Is that this
Oh.
guy? Is that guy right there?
Because I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure
no, that's the guy.
No, that's the other guy.
That's the guy. I
That's
think
the
his
guy.
name's
I don't know any of the
Nick or
players.
something.
I just bet $1 million.
Well, he's just the guy who, like, I look at the numbers. I got a nerd who runs numbers. And look, this was the week that it really broke down something that made a lot of sense to me. I'm like, how do these guys all know? So they have to know the game? No. They have to know the game, and they also have to find the book with the right numbers. So if let's just say you didn't know anything about the spread, right? You liked New England, and you liked just beating the Chargers. Fuck the spread. So you got to look now. Where's the best money line bet? Who's giving me the best odds? Is it 180 to 1 to like? So do I have to bet 180 to get 100? Well, this book's got the Charger or the Patriots at 170 to 1. So if I bet $50,000 there, and all the other books have it at 210, you make. Even though it seems like, it's only $30, but that times $15,000 or $30,000 is a great amount of money. So, and as soon as he puts that money down, that book then they bump their thing to 210. So he's the satisfaction he's getting is from actually being the person that moves the line, to make the pick that goes, I'm the guy that I know. As soon as I put that money down, they went, fuck, we got to switch this number. We got to move this line. Too much money on this side. So, and that's why I'm like, this guy, because it's crazy to me when I think about it. I go, where are all these guys that are now addicts and these guys that don't gamble anymore? Well, the new thing is to be like whatever fucking like whatever you thought I was going to be, where it's like, I'm going to tell you who's going to win every week. I'm not going to gamble myself, but I'm going to tell you who's going to win because I'm 80% from the floor. I'm going to win 80% of the games. And so I'm making money not because I'm actually putting money down, which I may or may not be on the side, but my main business is that I'm telling you who to bet, and you're giving me $500 for my whale picks, which this guy last year chose the preseason favorite was the Falcons to win. Mm-hmm. He's like, week 7, week 8, they had 4 Pro Bowlers go down, blah, 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 blah. So then I went from there on, futures bet, take it was like the Dolphins or something. Or like, I think, no, the Steelers. The Steelers. Okay. Steelers last game of the season, don't make it in. Ladies and gentlemen, everything else has been wrong. Whale pick of the playoffs, number 1, winning the whole thing, San Diego Chargers. Right? So now watching this guy watch the divisional game against the Patriots and just, every touchdown, and this other guy, the other guy is now getting his nails done. He doesn't even watch the game.
No, he doesn't even like football.
Doesn't care. Does not care. I mean, cares obviously, but he doesn't.
Cares about the numbers, not the games, not the players. He doesn't know players.
But then
He doesn't
again,
know
I got to say
3
something. I don't
players.
understand that either. That's a person that's into sports or for a different reason than I'm into sports.
He's like an accountant that's figured out, I can make money just looking at numbers. And
Exactly.
that's all he's doing.
I'm
like
in the middle.
Metrics for sporting.
I enjoy the aspect of being able to be a blowhard and go, I know what I'm talking about. I think this person's going to win or this team's going to win.
Mm-hmm.
But I do not have the ability just to sit there and then just go, well, I don't, I'm not going to watch it. I do if it's going to be like a thing where I don't even know if I'm interested enough to gamble on it or to go, I know enough about it. Even the Super Bachelor we talked about this whole year, I still watched every fucking episode.
I worked for them for 3 years.
You did?
Yeah.
We had Christian Harloff on the show, and he worked for them for a couple of years too.
Yeah, it was an interesting job.
I mean, we got into it this year, but I did end up watching it, and so I'm like, I don't know how you disconnect yourself that much from something you've got that much invested in, but it's a fascinating show. But this Vegas Dave guy, just to watch him go crazy and then go, oh.
Catch up. I'm going to watch that.
And then all the people just like, you're a fraud, you're this, you're that. How could you say I'm a fraud?
We're trying to do Game of Thrones and catch up before we started season 1, episode 1, and
4 days left.
yeah, it's that's
the season
consuming
comes
my
out
life.
next week, right?
It's consuming my life. So much Game of Thrones.
You're just watching all of them?
Nonstop.
I told you what I'm doing. I told you what I did.
What'd you do?
I just watched the last season.
Yeah, but that's not as fun.
It is.
It's so like
And you get to make up your own
completely
story.
forget. 8 years ago, stuff happened, and you're like, "Oh fuck, that happened."
I know, but
and that's why that
understand
happened. 'Cause
narrative.
now it's this.
I understand how shows work. I understand how people don't like other people. They pit people against other people. The little guy doesn't like his brother and his sister. I know all that. So what do I have to
I
fucking
think
sit
he
there
likes
and
his
watch
brother.
40 hours?
He likes his brother. He doesn't like his sister, but he likes his
Right.
brother. They care about each other.
Yeah.
They've looked out for each other multiple times.
Whatever.
You got to ride the journey with Tyrion.
Got some Giants news for you. Avs of 10 minutes ago.
Oh, come on, Brenton!
They
Don't
just,
fuck with me!
They just agreed to a 4-year, $41 million extension.
Russell
with
Wilson!
Sterling Shepard. So you have him for 4 more years.
4 years what?
$41 million and $21.3 million guaranteed. You just don't have anyone to throw him the ball. But you got Sterling Shepard, and he's only 26. You got Sterling, you got Golden Tate. Look at you guys.
You only guaranteed 21, so you're not
Come on
fucking-
down to the Jimmy's Gettleman slot receiver sale.
He
You
is
need
your
a slot
new-
receiver, man?
Your new number 1 receiver.
Come on down. We got slot receivers for days. We have Victor Cruz up on the shelf over here. Golden Tate. Sterling Shepard. How many fucking...
So you seem excited about that.
I told you, dude, I don't know what the game plan is here, and I'm fucking worried. I'm very, very worried. I see the next 4 years getting flushed down the drain. And do you understand, dude? We're just maybe coming out of the tunnel of darkness with the Knicks. Just maybe. Starting to poke our heads out of the shit show that's been the last 10 years. And I feel like all we're doing is miring ourselves deeper and deeper into another shit pile that is the fucking Giants. And I can't take it anymore. Why can't I be Boston? Why can't I have all nice things? Like everybody else has.
At least you're not Buffalo.
You do have a
These
quarterback.
people were so nice when I was there, Brenton. They were so
They're
nice.
the greatest
and
people.
They don't even care. They just like they don't care that people don't want to play for them. I shit all over
Our
Antonio Brown when I was there,
coach-
and they were like, "Don't worry about it." I'm like, "Why are you telling me?"
Our hockey coach was fired after having a 10-game win streak. Because then he fell apart.
Did
He
they fire
collapsed.
the guy
They
now?
fired him. They fired him after he had won 2 straight games, and they fired him after a 7-goal victory. So he's done. And they're not going to make the playoffs again.
I know.
The Sabres haven't made the playoffs since 2009, I think.
All the guys at the Buffalo, the Helium Comedy Club in Buffalo, they all have season tickets, and they're just like, look, they're the same way I am, except they're just less aggressive and animalistic.
Yeah.
How? Number 1 call-in show on the All Things Comedy Network. You're on the air with What's the Odds, Steve Rannazzisi. Hello.
Hey, Steve, how are you?
Good. How are you? Who's this?
This is Rhett. I'm calling in from Wichita, Kansas.
Rhett from Wichita. I've never been to Kansas, buddy. How is it in Kansas?
It's getting a little nicer. I just moved out here from Tampa, Florida.
Oh shit, dude! A lot of Tampa connections today.
Yeah, it's weird.
Eric Oligny's on the podcast today. He's also a Tampa person as well.
Plant High School.
Is that where you went?
I actually went to Jesuit High School.
Oh wow, he's rich.
Oh, excuse us. Wichita, buddy. What's going on in Kansas, man?
Home of Burt Kreischer.
That's true.
That's true. Bert the Machine. Body Shots World Tour. Swipe up for tickets. Would you want to call in about, buddy? Would you got some thoughts, topics, conversation? What's up?
There's one thing in particular. I want to bring up a Brenton bet from a few months ago.
Here we go.
You were just talking about the Sabres, how
That's right.
he said that they were going to go up 20 spots. I think
my
they
God.
finished 27th.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you remember that?
I do.
Do you remember that?
Yep.
That's a great, great call. Wow. I do remember you saying that being so bold to say they were going to go up 15 spots in the division.
I thought they were going to move up 15
It started
spots.
at 10, and then it went to 20.
Well, there's only 12 or 15 teams in the conference, right? Or 20 teams in the no, there's probably
No, there's 16 in the East and 14 in the West.
So there's 16 teams, and you thought they were going to go up 12 spots because
I
they were
thought
dead last.
I thought they're going
And
to go
where
from
do they
dead
finish?
last
Where do
to-
they finish at the end of the
Right
year?
here. It's up on the.
Oh, it's up on the board. Let's look.
27.
Number 1 is the Lightning. Number
course.
2 is the Bruins. Number 3 is the Maple Leafs, and number 4 is the Canadiens. Which, if there's 16 teams and you said they were going to go up at least 12 spots, that would put you up there. So I think you've lost already. But then we'll just continue anyway for shits and giggles. Then we have the Panthers from Carolina, or the Florida Panthers. Then we have the Buffalo Sabres. Oh, sneaking in at number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yikes.
By the way, nobody's talking about the
Yikes.
Lightning.
And that's
winning
just in
62.
the Eastern Conference Atlantic Division. So, I mean, look, Brenton, our caller from Wichita has, brings up a good point. What are your feelings on being so bold and having such passion about the Buffalo Sabres in the beginning of the year and having so much hubris as to say that this is what's going to happen and how confident you were? And then where do you lie now? Where do you feel? What's your feelings now?
I feel like a Buffalo fan. I was filled with hope. We won 10 straight games. They were looking like a good team. I'd seen them a few times out here live. They looked great. They were fast. They were young. They were exciting. And it just fell apart.
Yeah, I do.
I'll give it to you. They did look good at the beginning of the season. I was a little worried. I'm a
They
huge
were in
Lightning
first
fan.
place overall.
Oh, you're a Lightning fan.
They were in first place. Outright.
Yeah.
First team in history
I
to
am
finish
a Lightning
dead
fan.
last.
For like a month.
And then the only team in NHL history to be dead last and then lead outright the next year.
Well, there was a team in NFL and NHL history that didn't even exist and then went to the Stanley Cup the first year that they existed. So don't tell me about last place to first place. That's not really like but first place for a month. A month. I believe the Minnesota Twins were in last place in like 86 and then went to first and then won the World Series in 87 or something
That
like
was
that.
1990 with the Braves.
1990.
Both teams did it. 91, I mean.
Dude, this. Do you know when I answered the phone to this from Santa? This number has never stopped calling me ever. I answered the phone call on this podcast.
That's the guy that
never
dropped you?
stopped calling me.
You have a soothing voice.
No, it's so annoying.
So,
now.
Steve,
What are you going to do about that? Our caller from Wichita. What's your name again, buddy? Sorry, I forgot.
Rhett.
we'll have to go back.
Red.
Did we
Eric
put any
Red.
stakes on that, or did I just make a statement?
No, you just made a bold, stupid statement, and now Rhett wants to
'cause we
know what
did,
the ramifications of that statement is.
What would you like them to be, Rhett?
Yeah, Rhett, what do you think he should have to do? I mean, he's a Buffalo fan. So
Oh man,
yeah, like what? Like,
you're really putting me on the spot.
you have no
there.
rivals. There's no one like we could make you anguish about having to put on a jersey.
Oh no, I had to wear a jersey of a team that has more wins.
I have an idea. You got to run our little whenever we do our race, and whatever the fuck me and Emma decide you have to run in. How about that?
I mean, that's
No, it's
as
going to be
long as
athletic
it's-
gear.
Okay, as
it will
long
be
as it's
athletic
athletic gear,
It will be
that's fine.
athletic gear, but
That's fine.
The color and style of
but
our
it cannot
choosing.
affect.
It will not affect
It
your
cannot
running.
affect my running.
Oh, my
Because I'm
God.
going to wipe the floor with you. You're not even going to see what I'm wearing. You better get a picture at
How
the
about the
start
light-
because you're not going to see
Flash.
it.
Listen, we will have you in running attire that is appropriate and
That's
also
fine.
climate appropriate.
That's fine.
But it will be the style and color of our choosing, and we will coordinate and conference on it heavily.
Oh yeah, Steve and I are gonna get hammered and make you something.
How about the Lightning cheerleaders wear these? The Lightning cheerleaders wear these nice little tiny shorts.
Remember that episode of the Cosby Show where she made his her brother's shirt, and he was like, "I want to go out."
Never watched the Cosby Show.
At a protest?
No, I've just never watched it.
Cool.
I was never a fan of his.
What?
Even before everything, I just never got into Cosby. I couldn't get into Cosby. He got into a lot of people. I couldn't get into him.
Oh, Brenton.
I couldn't get into it. I was.
Don't do that. Fucking Rhett's on the phone.
Do you want to do?
You guys have any
what
predictions on the NHL playoffs?
Yeah, I was going to say. Do you want to
do
make brackets?
Yeah.
Do you want to make brackets?
Well, they're starting this week, right?
It starts today in 40 minutes.
Tonight.
So
40,
the Lightning
are
the favorites, I know, on the Eastern Division Conference, and the was it Nashville, or who's in the Western?
I think it's the Flames.
The Flames.
Here
Calgary.
we go. It's all there.
Here we go.
Eric, I want to tell you real quick too that I completely agree with you on Jameis.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, Jameis is terrible.
He's garbage.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Well, that guy's got a lot of just
so much baggage.
No, you know when he was good when they were down by 40.
He's not coming out
in the second
anywhere.
half.
I don't know where that guy was coming from.
He's garbage.
Granted, I am a big Gator fan too, so
I
Jameis
like
has always
that.
been pretty bad for me.
It's still though. What is he rewatching the real sport? I mean the Hard Knocks, where he just came off like a good guy, but it's like the play on the field is not warranted.
And then immediately he took an Uber afterwards and proved how
not
good
at all.
of a guy
And then
he
throw in
was.
all the off the field stuff too, and you don't want that guy as your franchise quarterback.
I like the Lightning coming out of that series.
The Lightning are turning quickly into like the '90s Braves.
I'm
too.
taking the Islanders out of the Penguin series. I'm taking the Predators out of the Star series. The Jets out of that series. The Sharks out of that series.
Ooh, that's a good one.
And the Bruins out of that series.
I always like the Sharks, but they always choke in the playoffs. Like
what do you think about that, Rhett?
Yeah, the Sharks are built for the regular season.
I think those are all pretty good picks. I want to see the Maple Leafs.
Yeah, I mean that's the one I'm looking at right now.
That's going to be the best series.
Yeah, that's the one I'm. It's going to be the Bruins have the ability to not show up.
Definitely.
And so that's the one I'm like, it's a toss up. And to be honest with you, I haven't really watched any fucking Bruins games, and I know
they're
less about
really good. The Bruins
the Maple
are really
Leafs,
good.
but I know that the Bruins have, just by listening to the Bill Burr podcast, the ability to fucking blank out and space out for stretches at a time, which, obviously you can't do at this time of year. So, Rhett, thanks for the phone call, buddy. Anything else you wanted to pick up? You a golf fan at all? You got any predictions for the weekend, Masters? No? You don't give a fuck?
Not a huge golf fan. Obviously, I love Tiger.
John Ram,
I hope
dude.
Jordan Spieth can keep his Masters magic going.
That's what I'm thinking, too. I'm hoping he gets it back this week, man.
I'd say one last thing. I'm also a Rays fan here, so do you think they have any shot at the East?
Well, I don't know if you heard our baseball predictions, but I said that
card.
I think that the Rays I said I don't know if this has been done, but I think that there'll be for the first time 3 teams in a division that win 95+ games. I think the Rays win 95+, the Yankees win 95+, and the Red Sox win 95+ games.
Of all those teams, it's definitely the Rays that need to get out to this hot start.
Well,
so
they need it right now.
hoping that they're going to keep it going.
I don't know who's in their farm system and who runs their farm system, but they just completely replenish. They don't really go through huge stretches. And even when they do, it's like, oh, it's the fucking Rays. Who cares? So they're the last place team.
Andrew Friedman set it all up all these years ago with the Durham Bulls and all that. We got so many players from Andrew Friedman trading away like Carl Crawfords and all these players. We got so many farm players that we just keep bringing up players. We can trade them away.
You got rid of David Price and got a lot of stuff. Yeah, so there's a lot of great moves down there. But the Rays are the team that they scare me the most as a Yankees fan.
Yeah, we finally spent a little money on a pitcher, and Charlie Morton's coming in hot right now.
Yep. The way that the Red Sox are usually scared by the Orioles, they have a bit of a thing with the Orioles. That's the way I feel about the Rays.
I think we're one of the only teams with a winning record against the Yankees.
Even since Eduardo Perez was the first baseman of just like couple home runs during opening day, of just being like, fuck the Rays, man. That place is just a shithole. The goddamn stadium is a tissue box. It sucks.
It's the worst.
I'm like, how are we losing balls in the ceiling? Like, why?
It really does
It's a Major League Baseball stadium, and we got to replay a fucking play like we're doing Little League last night.
St. Pete holds them hostage.
By the way, breaking news.
Did they win?
The Yankees, Coast Division, Altadena Little League, won their first game last night, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, yeah.
Told you.
A 10-9 victory over the Coast Dodgers. A very, very, really, really close game. Well played. In the win, not easy. Full 6 innings. Winning pitcher, our man Seth, and my son Jackson gets the save. Couple hits, couple great plays. Really good family victory. I felt really, really good. My youngest son even played the outfield for a couple innings and helped out. So it was.
So you were short a player and you
short
brought
a player
kid who was too young to be there.
Too young to be there. We bad news bared it. We put it together, and we got that. We squeaked out a victory.
Just
so.
need one more game, and I was right.
One more game, and you're gonna get that win. Yeah.
Talk about him.
Thanks, man. All right, Rhett. Be good, buddy.
Thanks, Steve. Have a good one.
You too. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe that's going to be the end of the podcast for this week. Brenton, do you have anything you'd like to plug as far as road dates, places you're going to be, places you're going to perform at?
A bunch of spots in LA leading up to next Wednesday. I'll be taping the Bill Burr Comedy Central.
Wonderful. Where are they doing those?
At the Telegram Ballroom.
Hell yeah.
8 o'clock Wednesday.
Excellent.
April.
Do you guys need audience for that, or 17th? Is it like a thing where it's like, oh, we got it, don't worry about it?
I think it's sold out.
All right, great, perfect. Oligny, you got anything you want to?
Does Brenton want to make his picks for the playoffs because they're going to start this week, aren't they?
We should just make brackets.
Oh, you're going to make brackets?
We should do brackets.
For the brackets for the playoffs.
Yeah.
All right, I'll put my bracket up.
I'll put mine up and tag you.
Yeah, you got to do it before the end of tomorrow.
Yeah.
Before the first game, you don't want to.
Well, the first game's in.
Yeah, but not
minutes.
when it's like a two game to nothing lead.
Yeah.
None of that bullshit.
I'll go do it now and put it up.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. No, and I'm good. I just appreciate you having me on.
No problem, dude. Thanks for coming, man.
Yeah, man.
It's better. I'm a lummox with that fucking thing. So
with the fat fingers.
Yeah, it's terrible. I'm this weekend at the Comedy Store. This whole week I'm there. So come by. 9:00 show every night, and then next week same thing. Next time I'm on the road, I'm in San Francisco. May 9th, 10th, 11th, or 10th, 11th, 12th, whatever that weekend is, through Mother's Day. Mother's Day weekend, I'm going to go to San Francisco. Cobb's Comedy Club. Please come. That's one of my favorite places to perform. It's massive, and so it doesn't feel good when it's not as full. So please come. Thursday, 2 shows Friday, 2 shows Saturday, and the weekend after at Hilarities in Cleveland, another fan favorite and place that I love performing at. And so Vinny over there, everyone over there I love. So please come out.
My parents will go to that.
Please, Cleveland. I love that place. Hilarities. And so that's it for the podcast for the week. Let us know what you think about. I'm telling you, I think Jordan Spieth's going to have a big weekend. And
when are the Masters?
Tomorrow.
Yeah, Thursday.
Tomorrow, bro. Tomorrow.
So I'll get to be right away.
Oh, my God. That's the podcast for the week. Thanks a lot for listening, and we'll talk to you guys soon.
Steve Rannazzisi. Soccer. What the fuck? Dude, I can't take this Lady Gaga thing. We can bet on that too. What's the odds?